Okay, so yet again, another awesome development episode for Krillin. I felt as though this episode of Dragon Ball Super and the previous week's episode of Dragon Ball Super were those episodes that a lot of the fandom that's complained time and time again, why aren't the side characters, the once main characters, getting any development, any spotlight? And this episode did just that. It delivered greatly for Krillin's development, and I think it also helped to prep him and to make it a little bit more believable as well for the upcoming tournament that we're about to embark on, the Universe Survival Tournament, because Krillin, he's been out of the spotlight for a while. He's been a cop, he's been a family man, similar to Gohan, and it's like, okay, you're gonna get thrusted into this crazy world tournament. You need to be prepared, and I think this episode did just that. Now, obviously, the whole thing, which was pretty much what I speculated, I know there was a lot of people speculating it as well, regarding the return of all these villains. It was basically their fear, and they had to overcome it. I mean, it felt like a bit of fan service, to be honest with you, with all the villains that showed up, but I felt as though it was also good for Krillin to overcome these things, because it was dealing with a lot of issues, which is, again, I'm glad something that the, I guess, staff over there at Toei realizes. These are the things that people, scrutinize Krillin as a character for. The fact that he's, been bodied so many times, he's took so many L's, he's been killed, he dies more than fucking Kenny from South Park, and they were like, okay, we're gonna show a bit of that, and we're also gonna show him overcoming that and not being scared anymore. You gotta think, Krillin, similar to like Usopp from One Piece, he is a normal person. At the end of the day, no matter what, even though he's the strongest Earthling, the strongest human being, nevertheless, he is still a normal person, and he's around these gods like Goku, and while Goku was pretty much just chilling and having a great time, he's scared, and rightfully so, because these are monsters that have taken his life in the past, and he has things to lose now. He has things that he truly loves and cares about, his wife, his kid, his life that he has, so there's definitely a lot for him to be scared, and I understand that, but it was great to see him overcome that. This episode did a lot of good things for Krillin's character. It wasn't the most amazing episode. The art and animation was wonky at times. I was like, what the fuck? Especially the designs for the giant, like, Majin Buu and Nappa. Sometimes I was like, yo, they could have been a little bit better with the art for some of these scenes. So definitely wasn't the best visually looking episode, but I mean, the scene in the end with Goku and Krillin doing the joint Kamehameha against Shenron, it dives into a little bit more of earlier Dragon Ball Z, when they actually gave a shit about the side characters like Krillin, and I was gonna say Yamcha, but we'll leave that for another day, another time, because it actually was diving into more, again, Krillin's development, but also it gave him a moment to shine and showed him and Goku side by side, which I don't even know when's the last time, canon-wise, we've actually seen that happen. So to see them finish off, and it was nice that they tied it into it being Super, not only just a rehash of DBZ villains, even though it didn't really make much sense, because this was supposed to be their biggest fears, and are they really, like, is that a fear of, like, Shenron being evil? Although I guess it could be in a way, because I did see this monstrosity of a dragon, so maybe they're scared of, like, if he was a villain, with the strength that he has to do whatever he wants, make any wish come true, yeah, it'd be a problem. So I guess in that regard, that's why they kind of shoehorned Super Shenron in there. But nevertheless, it was a nice scene to get Krillin and Goku side by side, finishing him off, and again, not just being like, hey, they beat Raccoon or something like that, something that truly makes it that, yeah, this is Dragon Ball Super, this is the super portion of the Dragon Ball story. So that was a nice touch for the end, and I think the heartfelt scenes is what I like the most regarding this, because again, even though we have Goku in the episode, I felt as though, like with the last episode, it was really all about Krillin. It was about Krillin overcoming his fears and all of that good stuff. I mean, it was nice to see the sideline bits as well with 18, because again, it's developing more about Krillin's life and what's going on with him right now. Seeing 18 saying that she's worried, but at the same time, nah, I let him fight his own battles. And Roshi and Baba there, like, I really enjoy the fact that they're taking old elements and they're doing things like, if this was old Dragon Ball, kind of mixing it up with a little bit of that Z feel, and overall combining it to give development for Krillin. Was it an amazing episode, the best episode in the world? No, but was it a good episode for Krillin's character and overall setting up for the next episode? Because next episode, get ready people, next week, it's going down. That's when we're getting that universe survival greatness that we all been fucking excited as shit for. So it was a good prep for that as well. And as a whole for this 2-episode canon, I mean, it shits on stuff like, the evil Vegeta shit that we had, the dark mist thing or whatever. So it shits on stuff like that and any of the, you know, little filler things that they've done. I think this is some of the best filler episodes, or best filler for that matter, that we've had in the Dragon Ball Super anime. It just was really nicely done for character development, and you don't really get that in filler that often. It's just kind of like usually goofy or weird stories. You don't really get character focusing elements and development. So that was pretty good. Art and animation, again, wonky at times, but overall solid episode. I want to say 7 to a 7.5 for Krillin. Wasn't the best episode in the world, but it's nice that they actually focused in on other characters and seen Krillin's preparation, similar to Gohan's preparation to jump into this new tournament that we're about to go into, and we'll talk about, you know, the tournament and stuff in another video, whatever. But let me know what you guys think. What did you think about these past 2 episodes of Dragon Ball Super? How did you feel about Krillin's character? I will also argue that it took a tad bit too long for Krillin to get on the ball game and realize what was up. Like, Goku is usually a slow learner and usually slow to pick up on things because it's Goku, and even he was on board, but then again, he wasn't really scared. But nevertheless, like, for Goku to get on board before Krillin, and Krillin is a rational guy, it was kind of like, Krillin, you could have get on board a little bit sooner. But your overall thoughts of the episode, how do you feel about Krillin? Do you think this was a good prelude to Krillin's entrance into the battlefield again? You know, him going bald and beautiful at the end of the episode. I like that bit as well. Again, it wasn't a perfect episode in any way, but it was enjoyable enough and a good episode of development. Your overall thoughts, what did you think about seeing all the return of these villains in their supersized form? Any particular one that was your favorite? I mean, I like seeing Nappa a lot because we haven't seen Nappa in ages, aside from, like, again, you know, GT filler or stuff like that. So it was nice to see Nappa and Dabura. That was a nice touch as well. Super Boo, I would have preferred Kid Boo, but get what you can take, right? And your overall thoughts of the episode. But that's all I have for this review. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and stalk my Facebook to get more when the video ends. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day.